You took my beloved Eleanor. You took my boy. I will never forgive you!
Eleanor? But that's the old queen's name, which would make you...
Erwin, last king of Dundrasil. Just as I thought. A great man, and a fine warrior too, as you've just witnessed. And, most importantly of all, your father. I'm sorry the two of you had to meet like this. What happened to you, Erwin? Come on, laddie. Look at me. What in the...
That's quite a face.
At last you have come. Long have I waited for a kindly soul to free my restless knight from his misery.
The voice from the dream.
You are correct, of course. Before you kneels Erwin, King of Dundrasil.
Well, that explains the armor.
All those long years ago, on that darkest of days, he fought to the last. The light of justice sustained him, and he refused to yield to the darkness. But with time, that light has waned, and all that remains is the tortured soul you see before you. Lost between light and dark, life and death. I beg of you, help him, free him from his nightmare. Shine the light of hope into the darkness of his despair.
Yo, this voice is giving me Liete vibes. Welcome, he who holds the spirit stone.
The voice? It's gone again. Who is she?
Are we in Akarian?
That'll have to wait. Erwin here needs our help. But what are we supposed to do to help him?
Aw, dang it, we need some time travel in this joint. Free him from his nightmare. That game, hello? That's what the voice said, right? So what are you waiting for, honey? Your puppy deserves to rest in peace, and you're the only one who can make that happen. Can't believe this is what's become of poor Erwin. We have to do something about this, laddie. You're a son, huh? Why not go a wee bit closer and listen to what he has to say? I too was party to the tragedy that befell this place all those years ago. I was sent to save King Carnelian from the monsters. Your father was a fine warrior. You must never forget that. Such pain, such despair. You took my Eleanor. You destroyed everything. I will never forgive you. This can't go well in this, you know. This can only go well, right? There's no way I'll possibly die. Oh my goodness.
Do I smell fresh meat? It's been a while. Years, in fact. Well then, I need to make you nice and miserable before I devour your tender torment. Watch and despair. Such pain. Such anguish. I am helpless. Powerless. Bound by the chains of regret.
King Erwin. It is a great honor to be invited to celebrate this most special of days with you.
The birth of your son and heir is a source of great joy and happiness to us all. Congratulations, Your Majesty.
Thank you. Thank you. Aye, this is a momentous day for Dundrasil. I am truly humbled to be lucky enough to celebrate it with you all. My dear Sultan, King Gustav, allow me to welcome you both to Dundrasil. You honor us with your presence.
The honor is all ours, King Erwin. Truly, it has been far too long. 1,000 thanks for preparing such lavish festivities. Though, of course, we are not here merely to celebrate. Today's Colloquy of Kings shall determine the fate of Erdrea for generations to come. I, for one, mean to see that my people's interests are well represented. You will forgive me if I grow a little passionate at times.
It is the first time the rulers of the Four Kingdoms have ever gathered under one roof, you know. A momentous occasion indeed. But the reason itself is a momentous one, of course. The birth of an heir to the title of Luminary is an event of unparalleled significance.
Indeed it is. Thank you once again for agreeing to meet so readily. Now, I have some final preparations to make before we convene the colloquy. I will come and fetch you when we're ready to begin. Guards, I don't suppose any of you have seen King Carnelian?
Yes, sire. King Carnelian is walking the grounds with Lord Robert, sire.
I'm a ghost, by the way. You can tell because I have this little white effect on me. There's no need to be so impatient. We'll get to see the baby just as soon as the Colloquy of Kings is done. I think they might be getting started with that any minute now. I saw King Erwin head into the courtyard with King Carnelian. I do wonder what these people... I can't believe King Erwin makes the time to talk to ordinary guards like me. I am lucky to be working for a man like him, that's a fact. Or, so basically thinks aloud.
King Carnelian, Lord Robert, I will be convening the colloquy shortly, if you'd like to make ready.
Lord Robert informs me that the boy bears the mark. That he is the Luminary reborn.
That's right, aye. I've decided to present him to you all at the colloquy. The sight of so many people gathered to celebrate his birth has brought home to me how important he is. How much hope the light he brings represents.
Save it for the meeting, Erwin.
Don't take it to heart, laddie. The fate of all Erdrea hangs in the Luminary now. Not everyone's going to be happy about that. Right, it's nearly time. Why don't you go and fetch the wee one from Eleanor's chambers?
Oh, there they go. King Erwin, King Carnelian, Lord Robert, all off upstairs. I suppose the Colloquy of Kings will be getting started soon then. Let's go look for my father. Actually, I will save because I think a boss is coming up relatively soon. I do feel honored that I've been asked to say a few words when Prince Nova's present to his future subjects. When I look at all these people, I can't help but feel nervous. It's probably best if I don't think about it too much, just focus on my ordinary priestly duties instead. Now then, the church can see the dead. Oh, we're a good 3 hours in the stream, wow. This is great. I don't have to use the restroom today, which is great. Dude, this week they're going to be finishing the bathroom. I can't wait. Once that's done, I won't have to go downstairs. Like, if I have to go to the bathroom during stream, I can, like, very easily use it. It's been pretty rough. But it's hopefully going to be done this week, which I can't wait for. How many times do I have to tell you, you big galoot? Queen Eleanor's chambers are through the door on the left. Hurry up before King Erwin gets here. Wait, did you say I'm sorry I'm new here? Oh yeah, sorry I'm new here. Classic. Hang on. Let me just look around though. I hope this isn't Queen Eleanor's chambers. It is most definitely not. Okay, I think I read that with Rab. Because I'm sure this is the exact same. Ooh, Sage's Elixir is interesting though. I doubt they would change out that book. Probably still Rab's diary.
Aw, he's so tiny. Can I touch him, Lady Eleanor? I promise I'll be careful.
I think he likes you, Jade. He wants to play. He's a very special boy, you know. They call him the Luminary. People have all sorts of hopes for him. But I just hope he grows up to be like his father. That he can help people to overcome their problems. Just as Erwin does.
I hope he grows up to be nice and kind like you, Lady Eleanor. King Erwin!
The colloquy's about to start, Eleanor. Will you hand me the wee one? All right, wee man. Let's go and talk to some scary old men, shall we? Don't worry. Daddy'll look after you.
Oh, Erwin. You don't need to hold on to him so tight, you know. Let the poor boy breathe. Would you look at it thundering away out there? And on such a special day, too. It's making me feel uneasy.
Come on now, Eleanor. There's nothing to worry about. We'll keep you safe no matter what, won't we, wee man?
And what about me,
Hey, you don't need me to protect you, Jade. You've got King Carnelian. Your dad's a force to be reckoned with, and no mistake. Right. We better get this meeting started. I'll see you later, Eleanor.
Good luck. Both of you.
Hey, I'm a ghost. How's it going? I'm gonna be such a good big sister to Nova. We're gonna play together all the time when it gets bigger. I wish I had Jade as a sister. Jade is best girl and a waifu, but you know, I am totally okay with being her sister. Is someone there? Who are you talking to, Lady Eleanor? There's nobody there. No, of course not. Sorry, dear. It's just that, well, it was the strangest thing. I know Erwin's taking little Nova to the Colloquy, but it's as though I could sense him in the room. I felt his warmth. Ah, but this isn't the time for that kind of nonsense. It's my wee one's big day. I mustn't let myself get distracted. She's an exorcist. I suppose the Colloquy of Kings will be starting soon. Hey, do you remember which room they said it'd be? What? Didn't you listen to a word of the briefing? It's in the room straight across from the throne room. Ah, don't be such a grump. I was asking in case it all kicks off in there and we need to dash in to save the king, as if that's gonna happen. There it is, council chamber. I mean, you're okay with being her brother? I mean, I wouldn't mind it. If you were to ask me, then yeah, I would love to date her, but the game's putting myself in the shoes of the hero, it's weird to date her because we're cousins technically. Kind of like brother-sister figure, so it's kind of weird to date her if I put myself in the shoes of the protagonist, but if I had a choice, I would rather date her. Oh, this is it, the opening scene. Paying tribute to that.
He is the one?
He bears the mark. There's no mistaking it.
Except this time it doesn't have like the super good FMV cutscenes, or graphics rather.
Dark One riseth, tree descendeth, luminary, man defendeth. Light's mark shineth, hand extendeth. With his coming, black night endeth.
The final poem in the Book of Erdwin.
The legends tell us that the Dark One was defeated by the Luminary in the Age of Heroes, bringing eternal peace to the world. But, as I'm sure you haven't failed to notice, monsters walk the land once more. The peace of Erdrea is under threat.
The kingdom of Svardsrust has already fallen at the wicked creature's hands, and King Arnud with it. He will be sorely missed.
And now a child has been born who bears the mark. Which brings us to a reason for gathering here today. What does all this mean for Erdrea?
You speak of the Dark One, of monsters running wild, of the peace of centuries crumbling. But surely, the birth of the child signals an end to our woes. Now that the Luminary is among us, the balance can be restored, the peace can be maintained. All is well, is it not?
You believe that the presence of the Luminary will ensure that peace prevails? Can you be certain? Forgive me, Lord Robert, but the Book of Erdwin contains another poem concerning this matter, does it not?
It does. The very first poem. The prophecy.
Yo, we getting Dragon Quest Heroes 2 up in here? The Twin Kings?
World Tree's gift, first of many, bold, bright, blessed luminary. Thy light doth a shadow cast. Lo, the Dark One, bleak, black, vast.
What are the two of you implying? That the Luminary causes the appearance of the Dark One?
Without light, there cannot be shadow. Without darkness, the stars cannot shine. This has always been the way of the world. Darkness and light must coexist. So, indeed, the birth of the Luminary may well be what causes the Dark One to awaken.
You dare to imply that my son is somehow the source of our troubles? That the Luminary isn't a force for good?
Can we be certain that he is? Evil does not always take a monstrous form, after all. You must have noticed the sinister glow emitted by Erdwin's lantern of late. Ever since your child was born, in fact.
What are you trying to...
Oh. The star sings at night, you know. I have heard it. It sings of Erdrea's destruction.
King Gustav is right.
Oh, don't you start.
Ominous footsteps approach. We all hear them. As the leaders of this world, we owe it to our people to root out even the slightest hint of evil at its source. Even when that source is painfully close to home.
Why don't you just come out and say it? You're asking me to kill my own son. My own flesh and blood. Something happened. Not long before the child was born. I'm sure some of you saw it. A great, blinding light shot up from Yggdrasil and set the sky aglow. For a moment, it seemed that night had become day. We saw that same light on the evening he was born. It was shining from the mark on his hand. The child is a force for good. I have never been more certain of anything. He did not give rise to the darkness. He was sent to drive it out. Light and dark are not two sides of the same coin. The light of the luminary is a gift. A gift that will cleanse the world of evil.
A rousing performance indeed. Of course, if you had shown even a whit less conviction, we would have had no choice but to remove the child from your care. The Luminary is the child of Yggdrasil. He alone can bring light to the world. He must be protected at all costs.
I hope you will forgive us our little test, but we had to be sure how strongly you believed. Your face.
I am satisfied. Send him to Heliodor when he comes of age. He will be trained in all that he will need to fulfill his destiny. We must confer upon the Luminary the power to lead us all.
King Carnelian. Everyone. I don't know what to say.
Very good. The most pressing item on our agenda is dealt with, and it ended just as I knew it would.
Now the matter is settled. Our kingdoms are united in their purpose.
Let all be as Yggdrasil wills it.
That concludes the colloquy. Now, all that remains is to introduce the Luminary to his adoring public.
Thank you, King Carnelian. My friends, I'd like to thank you all for coming. Now,
Your Majesty!
What is it?
You must flee the palace immediately. Monsters! Hundreds of monsters!
Oh my goodness, they're gonna burn Dundrasil to the ground, quite literally.
We're under attack. Everyone, we have to get out of here now.